Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Shahid Munir and I am presenting MOSAIV, which is a multi-agent LLM swarm for automatic multimedia news verification that is presented at ICMR with associated with MV2026 Grand Challenge on Misinformation Detection and Misinformation Detection of Multimedia. So this paper is accepted based on the challenge. So as we know, this information can be propagated into the social media very fast, and it's very hard to validate a news which has multimedia information like images, video, and stuff. So verification on the larger side is cumbersome, and recycling synthetic media is very hard. So manual searching the complex cases and cross verifying is very hard, very time consuming, while also automated fact checking on text is maybe matured, but multimedia verification still remains a fundamental challenge because we have images, videos. At the same time, we have to verify whether it is real or fake. So we need a high sort of reasoning for heterogeneous signals like satellite imagery. Social media metadata have to search a lot of social media to verify news, and then we have contemporary newses that are spread across the internet that need to verify uh, altogether. So we also have to do geolocation and verify the location where where the context can be made more clear. Single agent is harder for single agent it's harder to do all of these tasks all together, and which also require image authenticity signals, and also specialized reasoning for each task is required in multimedia verification. At Grand Challenge on multimedia verification, we were provided training samples of 50 labels that were labeled with input and expected output, but there was a validation stage that ended in March, and which has around 10 new input only cases where no output was provided, and the verification was made on the output that we gave through through the systems. So later stage, that was the conclusive stage where we were given 10 live cases of ongoing misinformation for validated teams only. So only validated teams were allowed to do that real world task, and there was 110 points in total where we have to get the average numbers based on multiple professional fact checkers scores based on forensic source, GPS, temporal information that we give, summary that we provide, entities, and motivation, clarity, and evidence we provide through the reports. So the proposed system is a simple three-stage multi-agent alarm swarm where we uh, organized the agentic AI with multiple LLM swarms to help generate a better context window and make each parallel uh, parallel agent a specialized agent for each task, and a prime agent oversees all of these agents that were working in supervision. This is the first to evaluate opus and multiple cloud variants to see which one works better. So an open source verification is provided, and we achieve better around third position on the benchmark, and we hoping to work more better on this. So the agentic pipeline that we develop has a prime agent that has context of all of the training samples that were given. So we the prime agent creates context and skills for each verification agent, and assign a verification and localization agent, and assign tasks to parallel sub agents, and the sub agents either do web searches, honest searches, and also they do writing the report. And there is a specialized agent that is a localization agent that localizes, validates GPS, draws bounding boxes and dual panel map cards are generated through this agent, and source thumbnails are also extracted from this agent. So multiple agents have multiple tasks that makes the context window a bigger context for us. As we discussed, prime agent learns the task. it it is a specialized agent that we train on the data, and uh, it knows what is correct, and it oversees the sub agents whether the sub agents are doing their jobs correctly with the skills provided. There are this second phase contains parallel agents that intakes the information source, investigate the source, generates the local location, track the locations, and they do verification of the images, forensics analysis, and write the reports. So all of these agents are working in parallel. There is a final agent that is also overseen by prime agent, that this uses OpenStreetMap location cards, bounding box annotations, and source evidence thumbnails to create annotations. And for Vedic badges, it creates Vedic badge like false, misleading, verified, partially verified, not verifiable at the final stage of uh, the verification of a news. So there were around 10 validation cases, so the validation pool was a little aligned with the given training samples. So based on this final first validation set, we were moved to the real world samples. During validation, we we did multiple manual evaluations by ourselves, and with the uh, LLM as a judge evaluation. Based on uh, our evaluation of LLM as a judge and independent source citations, we found that previous single agent was not able to do precise GPS location, GPS coordinates. It was hallucinating, while when we do multi-agent swarm, all of the cases were covered. And also the LLM as a judge quartile quality report was around 89.7 for agentic AI with multiple agents in as compared to 86.5. So the AI generated content was detected correctly with multiple agents, with specialized agent as one, as one to detect synthetic image as with reasoning itself. So priming sharpens will take the baseline, and which capability of each verification subskills required. Like we required GPS precision, forensic completeness, propaganda detection. These all are required, and Opus 4.6 was doing well in all of the cases with our prime agent and uh, our agentic swarms. So after completing the validation set, we were given some out of domain real world samples which were related to some Facebook and social media context. We had to log in, so we use uh, Opus and Cloud Opus with access to our browsers for better uh, agentic search and stuff. So the agent has a capability to search over the internet for better understanding, because the login was not allowed with command line based agents. So we create a separate agent with that, with the same process that we had earlier. And overall the final results uh, were concluded in the real world samples with around four fact checkers that rated different IDs, that rated different IDs on of the samples. Like we had 10 samples and they rated each sample. We were the best at 8 sample, and we were at third place in the final. So this is all we have. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, you can reach out to me or my team members. Thank you.